𝐷𝐄𝐎. Welcome to the Indy Hookup. Take it over, Hess.
Hey, welcome to the Indy Hookup. Today we got my old school family. Even though she don't look old, she been around for a little while. Brandi Little is in the house. Hey,
Woo!
girl, it's been a while. How you doing?
It has. It's been a really long time. I'm really thankful that life works the way it does and that we were able to circle back around and still be on this journey together. How are you?
I'm blessed. Every day I get up, it's a blessing. The older I get, the more I'm thankful, and I'm happy to do what I'm doing, sharing this good indie music. You know, when I first heard you back in the day, I was
Wait,
hooked.
pause, because now you're making me sound very, very old, y'all. His back in the day is 2022, right? All right.
Well, you look about 16, so I don't know what he's talking
All
about.
right,
She's been
now
around
we
for a
back on
long
the
time.
same page. No, I'm kidding.
Ah, hey, forgive me for that. Forgive
No,
me for that.
I'm just teasing. I'm thankful, bro.
Um, but yeah, before we even get started, we gotta talk about the man that brought us together the first time around. Uh, my family strong, hell of a producer, hell of a good guy. Um, I was real green in the game, and I was invited into their group, and I was really intimidated, because they knew the game and I didn't know jack. Strong gave me his email, so I be submitting music, so I was submitting music. He would take the time out to show me proof that he was playing my music, like how I do. He would do that, and he was just a cool brother. And every now and then I would get a reply from him on my emails, and I kept sending him music, and I'm like, I'm not seeing him. But then I don't know where I saw it. I think you posted it, the obituary, and I'm like, what? But how did you meet him?
So I actually met Strong through a mutual friend, two mutual friends. It's Karma, one of Southern Soul's
Yeah.
finest artists out of Houston, Texas, and Vintage 79. But initially, when I met Strong, he didn't even know I was a singer. I ended up playing one of my songs, Runaway, at Karma's album release. And now this was years ago. This was like 2018, 2019, 18-ish, 17-ish. And, things just went by, time went by. And then Vintage 79 had me come in the studio to do a song with her song, Como Me Siento. And from that moment on, me and Strong we vibed because just a quick backstory, Vintage 79 had given me the idea of how she wanted her song to be. But for those that know me artistically, I'm like a freestyle artist. So she gave me the idea, gave me some of the words to say as far as the hook. But Strong was the first producer I'd ever worked with that was like, all right, I'm just gonna play it and I'm gonna see what you can do. And truthfully, he didn't even know my abilities. I don't think I knew my abilities, but that's what you call a great producer. And that is how Como Me Siento ended up becoming and being what it is to this day, is Strong giving me the ability to be myself. No worries about, is there a hook? Is there a bridge? How many verses? Just freedom to create as an artist. And then we continued to work on my own project, which is Bloom, together. And he really believed in me. He pushed me. Um, he talked to me and my manager, Christina, all the time. He became my family. And to this day, he, even in the afterlife, that is my brother. And so I am where I am right now because of him.
That's what's up. Hey, let me ask you this. Can you cook?
Oh, I cook so good. That was my man that was just right here. And my kids, they just went to the park, but I love to cook. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm from the country, but yes, I can cook. I stand by that.
You know why I asked you that, right?
Nope, I don't. Why?
Because your girl got the food truck going, and Vintage call herself a chef.
No, she
I,
is a chef. She's
yeah,
been catering and she's phenomenal. She does a lot of different things, but we are we don't really communicate that much anymore, but I wish her all the love and success. But I can stand behind saying I know she cooks and she's good at it.
right. And Miss Pat got that food truck. I used to watch her live videos. She be online live, and I'm like, girl, send me some of that. You know, um, okay, let's move forward. How did you meet her?
Through Strong.
Through
One day
Strong?
in the studio and I actually weren't even in the studio. Like I said, we would talk so much back and forth throughout the weeks and days and how things would go by, leading up and after the release of Bloom. And, you know, Strong let me know that he had a friend that he loved and that he felt like would really be beneficial in my career. And he wasn't wrong. So that's how I met Herb. And we went to the studio 2022. Me and my manager, we flew out there to Delaware for a week. We stayed in the studio. The studio is like phenomenal. Shout out to Chris. And yeah, it was such a beautiful experience. And we were getting ready to release one of the songs that we recorded, but I think we did like 7 tracks that whole entire stay, like some of the most incredible songs I've ever done. And I'm excited for you guys to hear this new one on the 27th through the Moontown Coalition album
Now,
or compilation album. Excuse me. I'm thinking about Coalition DJ. Shout out to Coalition DJ.
you
Have
know,
you sent that to us yet?
that's what I'm about to say. That, Ricardo. Hold on. Why we don't have it?
No, so to be fair, on Friday, everybody's gonna get it. So on Friday, you guys are included in that package. Everybody's gonna get it on Friday. All the radios, DJs, you guys will have it in your hands on Friday. And I can't wait for you to hear it because I know you're gonna
Brown Girl. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
did Brown Girl too. So we did do
That
Brown
hit.
Girl at the same
We
time.
playing that. We playing that. That hit.
Yes, like that. So are
Yeah.
you, what do you consider yourself? Are you, I mean, just what's the facts of what is? So you're a singer, of course. Are you a songwriter as well? Are you a musician as well? Or
So I am a songwriter, but some of my best songs have been freestyled. So, you know, I'm going into the booth, never hearing the track, the producer press and play, and me just kind of flowing. Brown Girl was freestyled. Like I said, Como Me Siento, I had some form of direction. And then Thought It Was Love, that was all from the top. And as far as a musician, I definitely feel like I'm more on a jazz level. And so I definitely use my voice as an instrument, but I do play the flute. I'm not fluent in it anymore, but I definitely dibble and dab in all musical aspects.
well, they do, you know, I'm a guitarist, right? So for some time they have a technology that allows me on my guitar to play other instruments like pianos and basses and stuff, whatever, strings. So now they got this microphone. I just want to let you know, you can hum a melody, you can hum a bass line, you
Yes,
could
we have
do
it.
it.
We have that.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So yeah,
I
get more into your
not installed,
instrumentation
but
too.
yes, I would
Yeah.
love that.
Even chords, you can just sing one note and it'll kind of intelligently know the progression. So yeah,
Right.
you can step up your songwriting thing, maybe even write for other artists, get your publishing thing on. You know what I mean? Yeah, you seem to be very intelligent, so that's definitely
Sometimes,
part of the game.
sometimes I have made some very foolish mistakes in my life. So I'll be the first to say that. I think in order to honestly be true, like truly intelligent, you have to go through some storms. And I express that in my music.
Yeah, that's what emotional intelligence is being introspective and understanding what your mistakes and how you can not make them again. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You know, I read your bio and it kind of tugged at my heart because I could tell you was in a situation that we not gonna get into. I was in a situation, and I believe in second chances.
Yeah. I mean, there's no
You,
shame in my game. I am on a lot of different platforms that speak hope and life into people and individuals and things that they go through. Shout out to the pod movement, POD. It's for formerly incarcerated and currently incarcerated men and women. And I just feel like more should be done. You know what I'm saying? More should be talked about, heard, felt. And sometimes people look at me and they don't think that I could have gone through certain things or been in certain situations, and looks don't have anything to do with it. I was raised well, came from a great family, but if you don't believe in yourself, love yourself, if you're searching for love outside of yourself, you're going to make terrible mistakes. And I was one of them. So, yeah, I'm the first to always talk about what I've gone through, because I genuinely believe God only put me in those situations because I do have platforms. I do have people that look to me and want to know how I am where I am now. Well, let's not forget what I went through to get here. And not that you have to go through those same things, but just know that if you are in a dark space, it doesn't mean that's where you have to stay. So
Do you
yeah.
use some of those experiences to write songs? Have you put that in any of your lyrics?
Brown Girl came from that. And just quickly, and this isn't any hate. Brown Girl is for Black and brown women. It's for Black women. When I found myself in federal prison, I got along. At first it was the Mexicans that came to me, and then it was the white women that came to me, and then it was the Africans that came to me. Every other race of women supported me, loved me, and held on to me except my own. And that messed with me for a while. But then as the time went on, still to this day, these are some of my sisters, and I was released in 2019. And so some of the closest bonds that I have now are still some of these Black women that I met in federal prison. But I realized while being there that there is some type of something that allows us to not be there for each other, love each other. And one of my favorite lines in Brown Girl is I say, I have been unkind to you, so I'm sorry. Because at first I made it about myself, right? I said it's because I'm attractive, or it's because I don't get down in certain ways. But then I had to realize there's been times, me as a Black woman, I haven't been supportive of my sisters. I haven't been loving towards my sisters. And so what can we do to stop this and to move it forward? So the fact that Brown Girl is getting played on the radio in Spain, in Canada, Italy, all of these different places that I've never even been to, that is like a testament that we are better together. And so, yes, to answer your question, a lot of what I went through is everything is a true story for me. Every song is a true story. The only thing that wasn't really real is my album Bloom, and I was in La La Land and I wanted to be in love, and I have my song Fairy Tales, but now I'm actually living that. So I guess manifestation is real.
Yes, ma'am.
and I got to correct you. Brown Girl is also being played in France and Portugal. Just so you know.
So just in case you didn't know. And that's, what I'm saying, this is connections with men like yourself who are like, hey, I have the ability to share a great message, because we know, like, right now, that's the last thing that's being spread in the industry. And
Right.
it's because it's faster to, like, say for instance, for me, if I want to put something negative on my story right now on Instagram, if I want to say today has been so terrible, and it could be genuine, I'm going to get so many replies versus if I say God is so good and I made it through to another day. So sometimes we can connect more to the negativity. And I'm most proud that Brown Girl is a song about positivity, about us coming together, and it's moving. So thank you guys for playing it multiple times throughout the day. That means a lot to me.
Well, that's a wonderful. Yeah, that's a wonderful song. This new single that you got coming out Friday, what is that about, and what's the message in that one?
So that's coming out on the 27th. And
Um,
Thought It Was Love was about a time in my life where I thought that I was in love with an individual. It was a time where I sacrificed all of who I was, my self-worth, because I thought that this individual loved me and I thought that I loved him, and that isn't the truth. And so sometimes in order to really heal, you have to admit where you could have done better. And that's what Thought It Was Love is about. It's about being in a situation to where the illusions were all around you, but the facts were also very much in your face. What they say, rose-colored glasses. And so I guess we can chop it up to that. It was a time in my life where I was living and loving through rose-colored glasses.
Wow. I want to sound like them white people that be like surprised when they see an intelligent black woman, but you are very well spoken, as they say. And I see you as a role, you know, in the media industry, just as more than just a singer, like as some kind of host, maybe at the BET Awards or whatever, or having a talk show or whatever. I like the way your mind thinks, and
Thank you.
it comes across in the song. So that's a great thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, like I told you when we was texting. I hope you ready.
Yeah, you said
Hey,
it. I was like, what you mean, ready for what? Like,
ready for what's about to happen.
yeah,
I see something, and I see it about to happen for you.
God is
So,
good, man. God is good.
I the Indie Hookup is honored to be playing your music. Like I told you, good music makes us look good,
Mhm.
you know. So, and then also, can we get a radio drop?
Oh, so since like my man, shout out to Nemo, he set up the light and everything for me in the house. So I got you. I'm doing it right now. As soon as we get off this video, you're gonna have it before what is it? It's 5:30 my time. Before 6 p.m., you're gonna have your drop. You deserve it. Come on, man.
Uh,
You've
it's
been
in
playing
that.
me, you've been supporting me from the beginning. So I want to tell you thank you. You know, when I first really started this, you believed in me. You saw something in me before I saw it in myself. That says a lot. So thank
Right.
I would
Well,
be
you
honored.
know what got me is I don't know if you know my story. My mom and dad had a band back in the 80s that traveled. You know, back then they was man, they was it. My father died, my mom kept going. She got discriminated against for being a female black band leader. She quit. And to cut through it, a record label offered to reissue her music. So I'm like, yeah, just sitting here, you know. We had a stack of untouched records. They was worth $450. So it started gathering. We started doing news and doing everything. Then I met that man right there, Ricardo Love.
Ricardo Love.
He was in a situation that I helped him out, and he said, well, let me do this for you. He remixed and redid 4 of my mom's songs. And then his partner, which is Black Nova, did a couple of songs with my mom, and we did a couple of videos. My mom is 84 years old. Look younger than me. Um, she got an angelic voice. Just started promoting her, you know, submitting her music, doing all that. I met people along the way. I got so much love for me not knowing what I'm doing, and people go, man, I just listened to your mom's music. What are you trying to do? They would walk me through it. I met so many independent artists on this grind that I'm like, damn, that sound good. And you one of them.
Thank you, man.
So the love that I've gotten from my mom, I'm giving it back. You know, you deserve that. Um, you've been out here doing your thing, and then you know, we got our common bond. With a few loved ones, a celebrity DJ, Cat Eggs, Dungeon Master, you know, um, then Vintage and Pat. It's a circle. We running in that same circle. So we invented this thing we got here with the radio stations, the interview we're doing. We got special features. And the good music that comes to us helps us look good. So it's a team effort.
For sure.
Speaking of
And
team, who is your team? Are you assigned to an independent label or
Yeah,
and is it
shout out
produced?
to, sorry to interrupt, but yes, I am assigned to Moontown. Shout
Okay.
out to Herb Middleton. This is his label, independent label. They have been amazing for me. Shout out to Ron, Kim, my manager Christina, who's one of my closest friends, been down with me from the very, very beginning. But yeah, I'm Moontown all the way, baby. Let's see where we going with this.
What's your live game like? Are you doing shows like live shows or
Yeah,
with a
so
band?
I do about 2 or 3 shows a week out of Atlanta. My man is a professional drummer. His name is Nemo, 2 E's, please. And so we get a lot of gigs together. Right now, we're doing every Friday at Twisted Pie, which is Keith Sweat's restaurant in Atlanta, well, Douglasville. And yeah, we're doing every month, we're doing Apex Museum. We're doing a tribute to some of the most phenomenal artists. Last month we did Toni Braxton. The month before we did Jill Scott. And so live performance, because I act as well too. Theater is how I began with acting. So being on stage for me is almost as fun as recording, if not a little bit better, because I just love connecting to the music. So yeah, I'm performing every week. I'm
That's
honored.
excellent because these new baked artists, I mean, they could put a song on Instagram and blow up on Instagram, never been on stage, and they don't know how to breathe and how to
Yeah,
get through a whole set. So
yeah.
that you're
We
doing
do
that,
2 hour
that's
sets
yeah,
around here. We take 15-minute breaks and we're gonna do a 2 hour set. So
wow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's another thing, like for artists, like if you do blow up on Instagram, like don't stop. Learn how to do all of that. It's because you can do it. You just gotta be willing to put in that work.
Excellent.
yeah, so you say the EP is 7 songs?
Nope, I didn't say anything about an EP at all, but I should be dropping one, but no, we're just dropping a single. And so the song is actually coming out on Moontown compilation album. And so you have Paris L, you have Shavana Adams, forgot the other person that's on there, but I've heard all the songs that's on the project. It's phenomenal. So they're gonna do like different phases because Moontown has a lot of phenomenal artists. So this one is like the neo soul jazz project, and like all the songs are on there are phenomenal. But they're gonna do something a little different. So it's only gonna be available on moontowntunes.com. And of course, radio play, it'll be available on the radio. But we want to like really give back to our ourselves and our hard work versus putting it out on some of these streaming platforms where it's really hard to kind of keep up with what you're doing and really monitor how and where you can go to kind of like really push your music. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. And then it is time for me to work on a new project. My father passed in 2023. Both my maternal grandmothers, Strong, passed away. And sadly, me and my man, we had 2 miscarriages in a 14-month span. So I
Wow.
completely blacked out from the industry. I stopped. And if I could give any advice to any artist, never stop. Take your time for yourself, but continue to go after your dreams because you're not going to pick back up where you left, right? I've been blessed to be in this position to where I was great to good people and they had a door to open for me, but that's not always the case. So I would never recommend stopping, taking a break. No, work through it, do what you got to do for your mental health, but don't stop, don't quit. Yeah, so I'm back. I'm full speed ahead. I'm hitting the ground running because it's time.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
So the project will be available on the website. Can you tell us that website address?
Yes, I want to say that it's moontowntunes.com, but let me look it up before I get the line. Because I am an actress, so y'all know we good at lying. I did not be like, Brandi, why would you say that, Brandi? You don't know where it's gonna be at? No, I don't.
I used to date an actress. I used to wonder, like, are you on stage right now? Are you being real? I want the authenticity. I used to be looking at her in a certain way, like, is that real or this actress? As
it
long as you know
probably
how to be
was, I'm
authentic, though,
sure,
you good.
but y'all aren't together anymore, so I don't know. Um, so yes. Okay, so on June 27th, you can go to moontowntunes.com. And you can actually go there now to reserve your copy. I'm telling you, it's some really great music. Herb Middleton produced all the tracks, mixed and mastered. It's timeless, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Are you planning on doing a video for it?
Yes, I need some visuals. I need these people to connect to the music visually. So yeah, we got a lot of things in store, as well as doing some visuals for Brown Girl. My daughter is actually, that's my daughter that's on the cover, y'all.
Good.
I don't know if y'all have seen the cover. I mean, I know you guys have been playing it, but for anybody who's listening, maybe listening, if you see the cover, Brown Girl, that is my daughter. And so that makes it even more special that she's on the cover.
Do you have a cover for the single yet?
No, we do not. Because it is coming out on this album, as of right now, we do not have an official cover, but I guarantee you what we are working on is it's gonna bring it all together. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And do
But
you
when
have your own?
Ron sends you guys everything on Friday, you guys will have the single cover.
Okay, just for the audience, like, do you have your own? Tell the people what your social media is, if you have any websites or any
Yeah,
places
so
where they
you
can
can,
find you.
for sure. So I have lots of music out on all the platforms. It's Brandi Little with an I. And then on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's Brandi Little. And then brandylittlemusic.com.
Okay, that's what's up. And that all the links are there, right? On brandylittle.com.
For sure.
Okay. Ash, what
Yeah,
you
well,
want?
thank you for stopping by. You know, we're not gonna keep you long.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Hey, it's all good, you know, and we gonna talk some more. You know, maybe in a couple of weeks after the new one come out, we'll check that out, see what the audience thinks. You know, come back and chop it up anytime.
I would love to anytime.
Yeah,
That's
you're
a fact.
part of the family now, so you can't
Yeah,
get rid of us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime, seriously, I mean that. I don't care where I'm at, how many years from now. I'll never forget this moment. So you guys just let me know.
Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, but wait a minute. You said you was gonna do what when you hang up?
Huh?
What was you gonna do when you hang up?
I'm gonna do the drop. I'm dressed
Oh,
up. Look,
I'm just checking.
don't get it twisted. If you see me at the grocery store, I don't look like this, okay? And so I gotta come together for you and make it make sense. I'm gonna do the drop for you right now.
Oh, look, well, you know what? You better go.
You better go. You better. Y'all gonna see this outfit in some more videos too, so we all know.
Okay,
I
that's what's
appreciate
up.
y'all so much. Seriously, thank you guys
Hey,
so much.
thank you for coming by, spending time. We looking forward to the new music,
For sure.
and we'll get this out. When we gonna get this out, Ricardo?
We'll get this one out soon. Well, maybe the next couple of days. I'll
Take your
Okay.
promise
time.
that.
Take your time.
Yeah.
So,
Seriously,
you know,
I
we'll
appreciate
get
you
it
guys
to
for
you.
thinking of me.
Get it to Ron and Herb and Kimberly.
Yes, Kimberly Weeks.
Yeah, right, Kimberly. I met her a while ago too.
Yeah, she's a legend. All of them are legends. So I'm honored to be surrounded by people who know what they're doing.
Right. You know, and I'm anxious to see uh what happens good for Brandi Little. So
Yeah. It's definitely all God's timing. So everything that happens is because God said it was time. So
yeah, yeah. Well, Ricardo, close us out, dog.
Thank you for joining us on the Indy Hookup Spotlight with Brandi Little. We look forward to seeing her just bloom and blossom. She is a wonderful talent, has a wonderful mind, and a beautiful young lady. So we're a fan now, and we're a support system for her. Next time on the Indy Hookup Showcase. Peace, love, blessings, and we out.
Peace. Thank you, guys.
All
Hey,
right, you
thank you.
take care now.
Alright.
We'll send you all the links and stuff when it comes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I haven't been able to look at you guys the whole time because I've been looking.
You
Alright.
see, you're a professional. You know to look at the camera, not over at the thing all the time.
Hard. It was hard. I wanted to look at y'all a few times. All right, y'all take care, man.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.
Peace.
The Indy Hookup.